I just finished mixing up a batch of peanut butter fudge ice cream, full fat, full sugar, that I know is going to be delicious. So now the real challenge, I'm going to try to make the same recipe but using all low calorie healthy ingredients. I'm using protein powder, artificial sweetener, almond milk, PB Fit. I'm going to attempt to do that. So I'm going to start by making peanut butter fudge. So I'm going to take the peanut butter, PB Fit I should say, mix it with a little bit of almond milk, and then add Splenda and vanilla, and then I'll taste and see what it needs, and then form balls for my mix-in and for the base. This is what it looks like with just the PB Fit and the little bit of milk and the vanilla. I actually added a little bit of this vanilla bean paste from Trader Joe's as well. All of these things have a little bit of calories. I think the vanilla has a little bit of calories, and vanilla bean paste does too. But I'm just adding a few drops for flavor. So now I'm ready to just start mixing in my sugar, or in this case Splenda, and I'm gonna taste as I go. I also have some monk fruit sweetener that I could use, but I thought the Splenda would mix up better because it's kind of has a powdery consistency, and I definitely don't want it to taste granulated. So I'll just keep doing that, and then I'll show you what the finished product looks, and then I'll put balls of fudge onto parchment paper. Half of it I'll put in balls, and half of it I'll put in my base. After mixing this and adding a lot of Splenda, it kind of has this consistency, which will be great for the ice cream. I don't think it's going to set as a fudge, so that's okay. I'm going to start my base, and I'm just going to not have a fudge mix in for this one because it's low calorie. So I'm going to start with my protein powder. I'm going to put a scoop of that in. This one, let's see, let me look at the calories. 110 for one scoop. It's not too bad, especially since it has a lot of protein. Almond milk, this is only 30 calories a cup, unsweetened. I'm just going to add some so it can mix. Then I'm going to add my, actually I'm going to taste before I add my Splenda because the protein powder has some flavoring. Now I'm going to add all of my base. So I'm not adding any PB Fit because I'm adding all of this base to make it really peanut buttery. And then I will fill it. There's vanilla in this base, so I don't need to add any more vanilla unless I think that flavor needs more. I'll just add a little bit of cottage cheese. That's going to help emulsify it. And then I'll fill it the rest of the way to the top with the almond milk. I'm thinking maybe 1 large scoop. Now I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top. I'm going to fill it most of the way, but I want to leave room in case I need to adjust my flavorings. I might need more PB Fit. I might need more Splenda. So I'm going to stir this up and taste it. I mixed this up, and I actually mixed it up using the CREAMi, and just to show you, it didn't do a very good job. So I'm just going to pour this into my bullet and mix it that way because I think this needs to be emulsified better so that it'll freeze correctly. I've tasted this. It has a really good taste, but it has a little bit of a funny aftertaste, and I don't know if it's from the Splenda. I use Splenda and everything, so I'm not quite sure. So I'm kind of trying to cover up that flavor because it does have a really good peanut buttery flavor, but there's something odd about it. I do want to add one more emulsifier, and that is this vanilla Jello. So I think that might help the flavor as well. I'm just going to add a little bit, like I'd say maybe half a teaspoon. I'm going to stir that up, taste one more time, and then I'll be ready to freeze. This has been freezing for about 22 hours. I know I'm supposed to wait 24, but I have friends over, so we're gonna try to spin this and see how it goes. This one is going to be spun. I'm gonna spin the whole thing, just in case anything sunk to the bottom. And I'm gonna do it on light setting because this is made with all low-fat ingredients. After spinning this once on the light setting, it looks crumbly, which is totally normal. So now I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to go around the edge. It actually feels pretty good, as in, I don't think it needs that much more mixing. So instead of doing the respin function, I'm going to spin it on the mix in because it just gives it a little bit more. So we'll see how that goes. I think that was a good choice. I did it on the mix in and I think it looks like it's ready to be served. So now I'm going to scoop this up. The texture feels great. It feels really soft, but it still holds enough to make a nice ball. I'm doing a tiny scoop today because we're doing like a tasting. So we're just doing little bites of ice cream. And now it's time to taste the low calorie, no added sugar, no extra fat, made with almond milk. I think this one's made with almond milk. Peanut butter ice cream. I think that's the best peanut butter, that's the best diet peanut butter ice cream I've made so far. It tastes really peanut buttery. It's super creamy. There is a slight aftertaste from the Splenda. So I've tried different sugars and I think Splenda is my favorite, but if you have other ones that maybe you think are better, that are 0 calorie, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So this was a success. I'm happy with it.